Well, I call myself a folk singer on account of I sing traditional folk songs a lot. I'm very fond of those songs, so I like to sing them. I also write my own songs, and I try to draw a lot of influence from those old, traditional folk ballads and stuff like that. But country music also has a lot to do with the songs I write. Country and Western music is sort of what I was brought up on. So that's pretty important to me too. But yeah, I call myself a folk singer. To me, I'm sure not everybody feels this way, but to me, it's all about the story. That's what I'm most interested in when I hear a song. And I love the musical side of listening to a song too. I love listening to really great musicians play and really great bands play. But to me, it's always all about the lyrics and the story that you tell, because that's my job. That's what I do. I don't think I would have a gig just playing guitar or playing anything. I don't think I'd have a job in music if that was the case. I have to, I have to tell those stories, and I have to write those songs in the way that I do, because that's sort of the central focus for me. And I think it's a therapeutic thing for me, and hopefully for people when they listen to it to some degree. If they enjoy it. But for me, I need to write because it helps me make sense of the world, I guess. And I hope other people have that same sort of connection with these songs when they listen to them. But people have been telling stories since, for as long as any human being's been around. People have been telling stories, I'm sure. So it's sort of just built into us. I think it's built into our makeup. And like I said, it's just the carrying on of a tradition, and that's really important to me. So I'm happy to get to do it for a living. What I find interesting about murder ballads is a lot of things. For one thing, death and murder, I think, are always pretty good themes for the telling of a good story. That's why you see it so much in books and in TV and stuff. I think it's just immediately captivating to a certain degree, because it's such an extreme thing, and everybody dies, right? So it affects everybody, and strikes everybody in a certain way, I guess. But I don't know. Murder ballads are funny because it's a tradition. People have been singing them for a long time. Well, I think life can be pretty dark sometimes. And in recognizing the sadness or the darkness or whatever you want to call it in life, I think it's easier to recognize the other side, the brighter side of life, I guess. But I don't know. It's always been something that's fascinated me. I sort of my head goes to those places a lot, and as a result, I write songs that are sometimes pretty dark. But again, that's the beauty of art, is that it doesn't all have to be, dance music or clean cut, happy songs. You're allowed to kind of freak it out and get dark with it sometimes, and that's just another way of expressing oneself, I suppose. This song I'm going to play is called 13 Silver Dollars. It is a true story about me making bad decisions and getting arrested in my hometown in Canada.
It was a cold and cruel evening, sneaking up on Speedy Creek. I found myself sleeping in the snow. One or two odd reasons I ain't too proud to repeat. For now we'll say I had no place to go. There was a rustle and a humming, just hauling down the street. I drew myself up from my icy bed. painted on that shiny car the letters RCMNP. I can feel a little aching in my head. And then out jumps this old boy about twice the size of me. He asked me for my name and where I dwelt. And I just looked him in the eye and sang Blue Yodel number 9. He didn't catch the reference, I could tell. And then the old familiar click and the handcuffs bind and grip. You should have left me in the snow where I lay. He just laughed and touched his gun, and turning to me he said, son, I bet you don't own a damn thing to your name. I got my help, a John B. Stetson. I got me a bottle full of baby's bluebird wine. I left my stash somewhere down in Preston, along with 13 silver dollars and my mind. I got my help, a John B. Stetson. I got me a bottle full of baby's bluebird wine. I left my stash somewhere down in Preston, along with 13 silver dollars and my mind. Along with 13 silver dollars and my mind.